Alright, so the full version of Dock just released, and today we're taking over our first cargo port. Problem is, I've never actually ran one of these before. Alright, looks like we got storm forming off of Port Wake. Seas look a little rough. Oh boy. That looks like a look at those containers. How come they're not even strapped down? There they go. Wonder which one was yours. Down to the bottom of the ocean. All right. Whoa.
Tom, there's a container ship at the pier. Barely made it here. Took heavy damage in the storm and is still taking on water.
Whoa. All right. Well, that's a lot of containers. TEU, 20-foot equivalent unit, standard 20-foot containers. All right.
It also has some dangerous cargo on
Oh
deck.
boy, what is that? Explosives? What's ISO tank?
So get on the STS crane and get it off there.
STS crane.
STS.
Oh yeah.
Sure, Dad.
You bet.
Yes,
You bet.
I remember. I'm on it.
STS crane shipped to shore, 70 tons, 600 TEUs per day. All right. All right. Well, would you look at that beauty?
Tommy,
Jeez, that thing is tall.
Have got to go. The ship is listing pretty badly.
Got it.
First things first.
Tom, the weather's getting worse, so turn on the crane lights.
All right,
just
so we
in
got
case.
Hurricane Wendy coming into us. We got
Also,
the crane
boom's
lights.
been known to freeze while lowering.
Gotta turn them on.
Thanks for the heads up. I'll use the upper booth to keep an eye on it.
All right, we'll use the upper booth. Always gotta shut the doors behind us, right, guys? Don't want nothing sneaking up behind us. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. All right, let's get inside. We got work to do. Level 4. Wow, finally made it. All right, up top. Well, jeez. Okay, well, let's get over this direction. We need to get the, I think this big boom arm down is what we're kind of going to task for into that room that's right over there. So, yep, let's lower that boom.
Hey, Tommy, how do you like being back?
It's like I never left.
That thing,
How about a little party tonight at Jay's to celebrate your return?
I don't think we need to go all the way out there. That thing
For my
looks
favorite
like a mess.
musician and best friend who's been away for ages? Of course.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Well.
been a while. Missed you too.
See you there.
All right, well, that thing looks like it's lowered down. That thing is massive. How many of you actually ran one of these in real life? All right, so it's telling us we need to go all the way back. This is not the way. We came up that way. There's an elevator over there. That's right. There's the port. Okay, well. All right, let's get back in the seat again. Remember the STS crane. Let's get in the seat. Let's maybe start moving some of this cargo off the ship. At least the explosive ones. The dangerous ones. All right. Turn this baby on.
Ready.
I think we're good.
Welcome to the STS crane training
There we go.
program. To start, position the cab over the desired container.
All right. Up and down.
Hey, how do I
Right
shut
mouse
this stupid
button,
voice
left
off?
mouse button.
You don't. I turned it on to refresh your memory after the long break.
Ooh, hey, that's cool.
Okay.
Height. Tells you the height of the container, the grabber. Press V to change. Ooh. So do we only have? There's only 2 views on this thing. All right. Well.
The crane spreader is currently configured to grab standard 20-foot containers. In your manual, they are also referred to as TEUs.
Okay,
or
TEUs.
20-foot equivalent units.
Well, we gotta be
lift
careful
the
to get this thing.
container using the twist locks, you must lower the clamps directly into the container slots and secure it.
Feels like we got a little bit more sway on this thing, or at least, or maybe the boat's swaying. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's because we're in hard mode too. That most certainly could be.
line on your crane's MFD is filled green. The yellow and red lights are on, indicating that the container is ready for gripping.
Okay. So, okay. So once the container is yellow. Okay, I think we got the load.
Shaded, the yellow and green lights are on, indicating a secure grip. Now you can safely lift the container.
All right. Lift that baby up.
There. Those containers have some nasty stuff inside.
Ooh.
One puncture and we'll never hear the end of it.
Kind of wonder what's inside of it.
Don't worry. I'll be careful.
I don't. Does it?
Now
Okay.
carefully lower the container.
It's telling us we want to
When you reach
go
the
to that
height,
little
release the
target
twist
there.
locks.
Whoa. Okay. So hey, we need to be kind of cautious because there's a lot more sway to this than the demo, guys.
Don't pop the locks open prematurely, as this may result in an emergency.
All right. So obviously hard mode is a little bit more. What do you want to call this? More realistic with the sway of the way the
The green and yellow lights
cables and stuff
together
react
indicate
to
the
your
container is
movement?
stable. You can now release the twist locks.
Okay. Oh, then we get height down below. Oh, and then it tells us load. Bottom right of the screen, guys. Tells us the height of the grabber. Right? Why are we drawing a blank on what it's called? I kind of want to try this one. Let's try this one first person mode. Maybe we'll have a better feel for the cable system swaying. There's definitely a lot more sway to this than the demo. But I'm thinking that's because this is hard mode. All right, down we go. Need to open up our twist locks. All right. Definitely. I mean, look at the way the thing's swaying. Again, I'm not quite sure
The crane spreader is currently configured
if
to
that
grab
is.
standard 20-foot containers. You need to extend the spreader to grab a 40-foot or a
It's
double
extended.
T you
It's
can
extended.
What would I do without you?
All right, get down a little bit closer. I think we need to get. Got it. All right, up we go.
Tommy, if you're not done yet, you better hurry.
Yeah, I'm
That
hurrying.
storm is gonna hit any minute now.
Yes, Dad.
Right
Working
time.
on it.
I'm all but done.
And you didn't even turn my port into a disaster zone.
Well, not yet.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'll be gone before I get a chance to disappoint you.
Or you could stay and not disappoint me.
All right, let's try
Right.
with this all the way up in
Think
the
about
air.
that.
So, going to have a lot less
That's my boy.
swing, right? Definitely. This hard mode, I don't think we want to mess around too much with this hard mode. Ooh. Wow, that is really swinging. All right, we're sitting at 40 feet, so we better start slowing up so we don't drive this right into the concrete. That wouldn't be any good. All right, let's check this view out. Got it. All right, nice. Looks like we got task number 1 done, so that's good. Yes. All right, mission completed. Even keel. All right, let's continue this. Getting our first look at what Hurricane Wendy has done to the port.
Tommy, are you in already?
Yes, Dad. This place is a mess.
You're telling me. I'm just starting to tally up the damage.
Ooh, that's not
We're
looking
lucky
good,
at least
guys.
Some of our stuff is still okay.
Lots of damage there.
So, what do we do?
You can start taking care of the jobs on your list.
All right, so this is our first look at the map, other than the demo. So we only got a few things opened up. So we got to take a look at our jobs
See
here.
those letterheads? Enough for 2 jobs, which is your daily limit for now. Now, could you put away that dangerous cargo unloaded from that container ship?
Sure thing. Ready to
Let's
go.
get in. Start
Good.
working.
Now get those containers to the free lot. Gently.
Yeah, I remember. One puncture and we'll never hear the end of it.
Exactly.
Yep, something like that.
Nice.
All right, let's fire this baby up holding B. Power is on. We need to turn on... Let's turn on our lights. Go to drive mode. I don't think we need that up anymore. And I think we're good with that there as well. Nice that the gates automatically open. That's pretty good. Now this is feeling a little bit different than the demo. Obviously the cable system on the STS crane felt a little bit more swayy. I like that. Gives you a little bit more of that real life simulation, because that's what's actually going to happen. You know, you get material up in the air and you move it at it. It's going to act differently. Goodness gracious. All right. This is a mess for sure. Let's get ourselves in our designated spot, I guess. All right, so up and down. Lower the boom. Get my controls correct. There we go. How about that? Does that view look a little bit better? Lock that baby up. Okay, lift up.
Hey, Tommy, that you driving the reach stacker right now?
You bet.
Yeah, it's me, all right.
Great. Can you check if I left my player on the dash?
Wow, you're still using that thing.
I don't see your player,
Of
bud.
course, it was Dad's. His taste in music wasn't
Where's the
as
player
good as
at?
mine, though.
So you kept the
I don't even see it.
recording, too?
Come on, when you make it big, I'm running your fan club. I'm dead serious, though. Your music's good. I just wish there were more than 2 people who knew about it. So I put together a little video with yesterday's cam feeds and your music and posted it online.
Well, tell me if it gets any views. Anyways, gotta get back to work.
Good luck.
All right, let's get this drop down in our spot that we need to put this. I'm still anxious to see how the whole inner workings of the economy and stuff is going to work in this game.
First container is in place. I'm going for the second.
Good.
All
Keep the
right,
pace.
let's change views here. Oh, back to this direction if I'm remembering right. Yeah. All right, can we stretch this thing out? Because I think it needs to be stretched out just a tad.
Looks like I'll have to tilt the spreader.
All right, let's tilt that spreader. Need to rotate. Ooh, just about got it on the first try there, guys. There, got it.
So you've moved most of the critical cargo.
Yep, I'm on the last one.
Great. Bring it over and take a break. I guess it's good to
Okay.
have you back. Maybe.
Let's try not
Good
to
to see you
smack
too.
into anything. Ooh, we could have to... Can we lift this up even more? There we go. Got to make sure that we're high enough so we don't hit the other cargo containers. I think we would make this through there, but we're going to raise it up and over. Why not? Take a little bit of time. Oh, yeah. All right, time to drop this container off. Job well done. All right, job completed. We got $10,000 on that one. Heck yeah.
I think I'm done here.
Good. You're right on time, too. You're taking over while I negotiate our funding. I'm giving you full access to what funds we have.
$71,000? Really?
We don't have much.
Oofda.
Should be enough to clean up after the hurricane. You can start with ordering repairs for the shipping line.
Okay. So we got to repair the shipping line. Handles containers. So this is the STS. Basically, ships come in. $50,000? Holy cows. All right, well, let's continue on. I guess $50,000. That's not leaving us very much, is it? Upgrade completed. All right, nice.
Good job. Now you have access to the shipping jobs.
All right, access to the shipping jobs. Let's go to jobs.
You only have one job left to complete today.
Okay, so working operations. We got one job left. All right, so we want the shipping, right? This one right here. Job number 2. Dock cleaning. Normal. All right, it's going to pay us $12,000. Let's do this one. Okay, place 3 containers in the designated place using the reach stacker. The order of markers shown the optimal sequence of operation ABC. So obviously A to A, B to B, and C just gets turned? Or is there another spot somewhere? I guess we'll figure that. Oh, C goes here. Okay. Well, good thing we let this thing spin around. Clear out area before placing the 3rd container. You can simply put aside the interfering container. Okay. Let's turn this thing on. Need to turn our... Oh, I guess we didn't start it all the way. You gotta hold the B button in. Wipers on. Steering mode. Alright, let's go outside view for everybody. Got to get ourselves squared up to this. Down we go. Ah, there we go. Got it. All right. This has got to go to A. Now I did notice that there's the lines there, and they'll turn green. Everything should turn green for us. So if we place it in the correct spot, everything should work. All right, so next we want to get B container done. Stretch out the grabbers. Oh, a little too much. Got that, baby. All right, now we need to spin this thing around without hitting anything. Well, I think we're going to clear those, aren't we? Yeah, we cleared it. Ooh. Right in there. Perfect. All right, now we need to clear out this A marker, or this B. Now we need to clear out the C one. This is kind of in our way. Let's get this one cleaned out to get out of the way. Up a little bit. something like so. Now we gotta slide this reacher. Okay, do we got a little tilt to this thing, maybe? No? Maybe no tilt yet. Ah, there we go. Just had to raise it up just a bit. All right, before we hit center on this thing, I think we need to get this up above the fence. All right, we just need to move this out of the way. Does this have a specific spot that it needs to go? I don't think so. I think we just need to move it out of the way. So I think the first thing we'll want to do is maybe we just stack it up on top of this green one. Get it relatively close, right? All right, that one's moved. Now we need to grab the last container that's up and over the fence. All right, so this one shouldn't be too terribly hard, but oh my goodness, first try. Look at that. First try. Up and over the fence again. Oh yeah, we got this. So after you kind of get through the little tutorial-ish, like the first two tasks, this is, there's like not much help anymore, which is, I like that. I like that there's not much help. Boom! Heck yeah! Got another good job done. Another $12,000 in the account.
All done. I think I could handle another job or two.
That would be against regulations.
What?
Get some rest.
What do you mean
You'll have more
regulations?
jobs tomorrow.
Regulations? All right, click the day one results. All right, well, hey, we completed our very first day on the job. Wasn't too terribly bad. I think let's get the day request done. See what happens. We got 2 out of 2 completed. We made $22,000. Nice. All right, end day 2. On to day 2. We got a good night's sleep. Feeling good, refreshed.
Son, I have some bad news.
It's never good.
Right. Well, that hurricane was nothing compared to the one that's coming.
Wait, what?
So we're doomed no matter what we do?
No, we can still save the port if we restore the old wave breaker line.
Okay, wave breaker line, which I'm assuming is this what we're seeing? Wave breaker line?
I'm sending you my business plan. Now take a look at the first milestone.
All right, first milestone. Let's see what
You need
happens.
to carry out all these tasks.
Task 1, Task 2, Task 3. Orders 1, Orders 2, or no, Orders 1 and 2. All right.
That will naturally have you accomplish the milestone goal.
200 TEUs. TEU, $10,000.
So start with the first task. Sign one order.
Okay, so click the economy tab.
We really need to put our shipping line to work and start making money.
Oh gosh, this is going to be a big step. We got to sign the order.
Here's a few container processing orders we've got lined up from different companies.
Okay.
All the companies want different volumes of cargo processed.
Okay.
Yet they all use one measurement unit, TEU, or the standard 20-foot container.
Okay. So I guess my question is, TEU is the 20-foot, so if you do a 40-foot, is that 2?
And the more of those we handle, the more money we make.
Yeah, so just sign the largest order for now.
Oh, we're just jumping straight to it. Sign in the largest order, which is this 200. Let's just sign it. Sign the order. Oh boy.
Now, the most important part.
All right.
Setting up the processing chains.
Okay, so processing chains, ship lines. So let's go to processing tab.
Look at the processing chart. This is the
Here?
beating heart of the port.
Okay.
This is where you can control all our vehicles to carry out orders. For now, just make sure the number of ordered containers
200.
equals the number of handled ones.
200. Okay, so we need to make sure that this number and this number are the same for right now.
Here you can see the vehicles that are currently idling.
Okay, so bottom left, vehicles are not moving, idling, check.
Handling an order boils down to putting enough capacity in every link of the chain. Each vehicle can only process a certain number of TEUs per day. That's its top capacity.
Okay.
This processing chain starts with unloading stuff from a ship. So just assign here as many TEUs of ship-to-shore capacity as you need to handle the order.
Okay, so click the STS crane and
Good. The next step
fill,
is using
600.
a reach stacker to transport the containers to the yards.
okay. Fill?
You need another reach stacker to handle the containers inside the yard. So take care of that now.
Okay.
Our single reach stacker just reached its limit. We need to order one more.
So now we got to order another reach stacker. Okay, so we're going up to... We do nothing here, so we need to go up to vehicles.
Here, you can look up vehicle specs and even order new ones. Now, check out the reach stackers on offer. Isn't this one a beauty?
50,000.
We're just a bit short on funds, so
Yeah, we
can't
are.
buy it yet.
Okay.
That's exactly what jobs are for.
So we need to do some more jobs. So let's go back to our jobs. Open the jobs menu to complete any job. Well, of course, we're going to go with the hard one. All right, so it's time to prepare some containers for shipment. To do this, you need to move 3 containers off the ship. All right, use the STS crane to move the containers to the side so that the truck can move up underneath the loading point. And then we got A, B, and C to move to the truck. And they need to be put down, place the 20-foot containers in the designated area, and load the 40-foot ones. The 42 20s and the 40. All right, so we need to move. Do we have a reach stacker anywhere? Or we need to use the STS crane. All right, so we got to use the STS. We're going to just turn on the lights because we're going to lower the boom. Actually, we got to lower the boom. Lights are turned on. Return. I'm not sure what return to trolley is, but eventually we'll figure that out. And let's go up top. Let's go to level 4. So we already lowered the boom. That's already lowered. So I think... Can we go this way now? I believe we can. Don't need the door open. I believe we can go all the way around this way. We sure can. Alright, let's go get in our seat. Let's hold down B. And away we go. Alright, so we need to find the storage containers, which are outside. So we need to go to the truck. And we need to move those first. Let's move them the other direction. Got that one stuck there. So this can actually probably go, I just want to set this aside. I don't want to set it inside of that box there because that is where the other containers go. The 2 20-footers go there. Can this only spin so far? This might be only be able to spin so far. Or twist so far. Let's see if we can spin this thing all the way. We might be limited on that. Yes, we kind of are limited on that. Whoa. Whoa. We just crashed it into the thing. You guys didn't see that. Oh boy. All right, down we go. Grab this one now. Close that up. Yeah, the swing on this thing is a lot different than on the... I'm assuming this is the difference between the hard and standard. I think you're going to get a lot more swing to everything. So it's not like it's fast by any means. It's not like you can just drop this thing in and expect it to go, right? You do have to be careful. You got to play that swing if you guys are playing on hard mode. All right, so the truck's moved. That's good. Set that down. Should be good. What is happening? Is there something there? There was something there. All right, now we need to go... Let's go grab the sea container. That one looks like we're going to be... We'll let this thing kind of stop swaying while we're up in the air before we take this thing down. Stretch everything out. Ooh. Alright, straight up. You gotta go slow because the, I think the ship is swaying a little bit. This is a lot more difficult than it looks, guys. To be honest with you. And I like that there's actually some difficulty to this. For one, you know, the thing how it sways. Especially with these cable machines like this. There's... Yeah, I'm actually liking this. Alright, now we just gotta let this thing kind of do its thing. Stop swaying a little bit. Don't rush it. Whoop. Well, I kind of fat-fingered that one, but we got it on there. Okay. So apparently I should probably change. So your Q and E rotates. Okay. It rotates your device, and R releases it, which is good, but at the same time, it's not good because just like what happened there, I fat-fingered that sucker. All right, let's grab A. So we did get a little bit of damage on that one as well, 13% damage on that because we dropped it from way up in the air. And that was my bad. All right, let's close these up because we don't need them. Let this thing get done swinging. Let's see what happens. So this one, it looks like we're going to have to kind of lower, right? We're going to have to lower this thing down and let the cable deals do its thing, which is right here. So definitely doing some challenge stuff here. I am liking this. right, let's get that up, hold up. Press X, everything goes back to where it's supposed to. Nice. I wonder if I need to reset that big container. We might have to pick that one back up. I'm not 100% sure if it's still on there or not. Whoops. So we'll see. We'll grab that last one that's over here, and we will go from there and see if we need to change or reset that one on the truck. So I'm not quite sure if you set it and the truck drives away. I'm not too sure. Now, this would be an extreme challenge trying to do this first person mode. But most definitely you could do this for sure. Okay, now we need to rotate a little bit. It does help that you have that white light that kind of tells you, you know, where roughly center is going to be. All right, we got that one. So up we go. Let's make sure we're not scraping no other containers. Hit our X button. And back down we go. It appears that you're going to have to try to set those things in the lines there. Like they got, because the way that the trucks are going to be driving, right? So, all right, let's see if this completes our task. Job completed.
Roger that.
Nice. Well, that task, it was difficult. $16,000. It actually was fairly hard. You got to take things slow. Nice. All right. So we should have enough now to purchase that new reacher. Open the jobs menu and complete any job. So let's go back to the reacher, and we do have enough. We got 9,000, but maintenance vehicle reacher number 1. Let's see what kind of jobs. We only have one more job to do for the day. So let's do this one. It's a normal one. Reward is 13,000. Might as well do them, right? All right. So cleaning ship. We need to take the STS crane again to remove the 3 containers from the ship. Those ones there. And basically place them down in this area. All 3 containers must be placed in the designated area. All right. We'll start this job. Oh, nice. It starts you already in the crane. That is nice. I like that. We're going to try this one first person mode and see if we can handle it. This is going to be a little added challenge, even though this is a normal hardness. All right, let's go for A. Set that thing out. We got to be careful of that little part of the ship there. All right, down we go. Okay, so that spins it that way. There we go. So I think we are... Oh, I think we turned it the wrong way. Yeah, we did. We did most certainly turn it the wrong way. I think we got to do some more. All right. We're changing it. Rotate that some more. I still would not say that this is easy. No! I hit the X button and that reset my stacker or my equipment. Come on, you got this. There we go. Oh. All right, so let's lift that thing up. Now we can hit X. And where is our... All right, so this is a 40-foot container. We'll get this to go. We'll set this down first. I wonder if we should be able to stack them all up on this one. If there are two 20-footers left, we should theoretically be able to set that right down on top. Get rid of a little bit of that swang. All right, one container down. Two. We got two. We got two 20-footers left. All right, do we have to move any of these ones? There could be a possibility. There is a possibility that we have to move this top one. We're just gonna slide this. Slide that right there. Nice and slow. That swing really makes you do things pretty slow. Now, this would actually be pretty fun if you're able to do this with a joystick. Right? Steering wheel and a joystick would be pretty cool, I think. All right, straight down. All right, so we're gonna need to move this one as well. We need to turn. A lot of keys you gotta in your head. So controller possibly could be easier for some. I am right now running mouse and keyboard, but I do plan on trying to do one with controller as well and see how well we can do. All right, got that one moved out of the way. Might be able to go right on top of this one. All right, now we can get this. Scoot on over, get that roughly centered. We'll just let that kind of stop swinging as we're down we go. You need to be careful. All right, got that one done. We'll just set that one right next to it. That swing back. And down you go. Okay, one last one all the way over on the other side of the ship. Lift this up. $135 feet. This would actually be a pretty cool job, I think. It'd be pretty stressful, though, at some points. This could be a very stressful job. All right, out we go. Stop about right there. There we be. Let's rotate while that thing is swinging. Okay, well that was actually not too terribly bad. Got it. Up we go. Let's click X. Get that thing to be back square. Back to like home. All right, we're at 50 feet. Right hand side says 50 feet. I'll let it get done swinging. 20 feet. 18, 16. 6 foot. Got it. Nice. Whew. All right, we moved all 3 of those containers. Heck yeah.
Thanks.
All right, another job completed. Another $13,000 to the business account.
Great job. Now you have enough to get that reach stacker. So go ahead and order it.
Perfect. All right, let's order that reach stacker. So we need to go to vehicles. We need to go to the ad. All right, let's buy our first reach stacker.
Perfect. Now assign it to the yard.
Okay, so assign it to the yard. Click the economy button.
Assign just enough capacity to the loading stage to fulfill the order.
So 350. So we got 200, 200, and we need another. That's 400. Add capacity where necessary. So we need another 200.
All done.
Oh, 210. Okay, so you just hit max on that.
Let's check
Nice.
our progress on the first milestone goal. Perfect. All tasks complete. You've earned that bonus.
All right, so you get bonuses per milestone. So we're going to claim all of those. Might as
You
well
reached the
25,000.
required daily turnover too. So just end the day and move on to the next milestone.
Nice. All right, let's see what the results of day
So
2 is.
this is our business in a nutshell. Load and unload containers to fulfill orders.
Okay.
And since you've just taken care of one such order, we're about to be paid.
Nice.
Notice that our vehicles generate a lot of upkeep.
Yeah, they do. Holy cows.
So even with that payment cleared, we're still in the red.
Oh my goodness, we're dropped down. They already took the negative $4,000 already.
We won't last long like that.
Yeah, no, we won't.
There's still a lot we have to do before we make a profit. Get some rest. There's more to come tomorrow.
All right, I think that's going to do it for our first shift at the port. We did manage to move our first containers and get things somewhat organized, but the next ship that's coming in is going to supposedly be way bigger than this one. So next episode, we're going to see if this port can actually handle it. If you want to watch that one, it should be right here.